it's me again. In a few hours, wait, what's the time? In an hour or so, I'm gonna vote in the general election for the first time because I've been 18 since September. What a great year, or previously to turn 18. I know, right? Anyway, I'm going to do BJD Addicts prompt 47, which is the, I always forget, the mega, the ultra, I think it's mega, but we're just going to say mega. It's the mega prompt. It contains 3 questions. I'm going to do those questions. Question 1 is from D. Waterlily, and it is: what do you do when the doll you want to buy is discontinued? You cry. Oh, what do I do? Well, it's a rare occurrence because a lot of the time I look on doll company sites and they delete their discontinued sculpts. I try not to look into dolls that I try and look on the company websites because I know they'll be there. I can get them. And I'm also very picky with my dolls, and they have to fit specific characters, so it doesn't happen very much. However, it did happen this one time, and I was like, well, that doll is perfect for my character. And oh look, the issue was they were going to be discontinued in, I keep looking at a watch which isn't there. They were going to be discontinued in 2 months or so, apparently, according to the website. And I was like, oh, well, I'm broke. I can't get $150 worth of pounds in that time. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's me screwed. I thought, well, I'll just look on the second-hand market. And I got this guy. The seller, as I said before, was super nice. Oh, let's take off his face mask because he doesn't like that. There we go, he's out in the open. This is really all he is at the moment, it's quite sad. But the seller was really nice and she kept him on hold while I got the remainder of the money because most of it I got for Christmas. But yes, I buy them on the second-hand market. However, if I fell in love with another doll, I may not have done this. It was just because the Dollstone Hue is such a unique sculpt. You don't get many dolls looking like this in the BJD world, whereas I love Ichiro, but there are so many other sculpts I could have had his character in rather than Salgu, you know. He's interchangeable. If it wasn't something like this, I would probably just, like with, okay, that was a limited, but like with this Soom doll, the only Soom I've ever actually liked, actually. I fell in love with her, she was perfect for my character, and no, can't buy her. Well, let's just move on now. Maybe it seemed like I wasn't in love with that doll, but I was. Kind of just moved on. There are so many dolls in the world, I don't need to be infatuated with one. And perhaps if I hadn't found him on the second-hand market, I wouldn't have got this sculpt either, because brilliant face up. Oh, you know, it was great. Next question. We're fed up with that question. This question comes from Andrea Mystique, I think. And it is: has anyone learned anything about themselves from being in the hobby? I've learned that you need to enjoy what you freaking have and not what you want. Because, you know, you're waiting for your first doll and you're like, oh, it's gonna come in, I'm gonna be so happy. And you can be excited, you can want time to pass in that moment. When you've got your first doll and then you're yearning for your second, you got your second, you're yearning for your third, it's not good. Why the frick are you buying these dolls? If buying these dolls, this one makes you want more dolls, just enjoy your freaking dolls, is what I say to myself. I guess that's not really about myself. What else did I learn? I learned that, no, you know what I learned? I learned that I can save a lot of money. Made me proud. Did I learn anything else? I think, I've learned so much, but about myself, I think that was pretty much it. And the last question is from I Freak Vampire, I think that is. And the question is: what's your opinion on finding Holy Grail dolls? Finding Holy Grail dolls. I've never actually heard them being referred to as Holy Grail dolls. I always call them Grail dolls, or Grail sculpts, to be fair, because there's only one instance I fell in love with the body, Chateau's adult, the one that has got no weird parts. Anyway, Holy Grail dolls. What is my opinion on finding them? The way the question is worded kind of makes me think about someone searching out a Holy Grail doll. And I guess if it's your first doll and you know you'll be willing to save however much that doll will be, hunt and hunt to your heart's content and find your Grail doll. But I think once you've got one doll, I wouldn't advise hunting for a Grail doll, searching for a doll, which there are dolls you can like and really like, but then there are those ones which you are just, You want to pour your soul into them. You want them in your soul. You and this doll are just, and I tend to believe in the ignorance is bliss thing here, that if you don't find them, you won't miss them, you know? But this question could and is also referring to in the instance that you happen to stumble across a Grail doll. And how do you find a Grail doll? When you find a Grail doll, you fall in love and you must have this doll. And I think it makes more sense if you haven't got a doll. Because if you have got dolls, well, you've got freaking dolls, and enjoy the dolls you have. I can't stress this enough. Enjoy the dolls you have. I tell myself this every day and it's so hard. And I know it's hard for all of us. But enjoy the dolls you have because they are more important than dolls you don't have. Because they're your dolls. Figure? Anyway, you see that doll, you freaking want it, so you save. You save for that doll. Never stop believing that you can have a doll unless it's really limited. Just don't let the doll. I feel like I'm speaking from experience, and I really am. Don't let it consume your life. I am not talking about this anymore. I'm going on a tangent. Finding your Grail dolls. I said that shiz, didn't I? I said enjoy the dolls you have. Well, that is the end of that prompt. I'm feeling super duper passionate and emotional today. I'll stop it here before I go off on another tangent. Good luck with your dolls and good luck with yourselves. I was trying to relate it to the questions, but I don't know. Bye! I think I'm thinking this version is more important than it is. I'm so pumped.